Disclaimer, this podcast is just our opinions and facts gathered on the internet, and we do not wish to offend or cause any harm. Quick apology for mistakes we make in this podcast, whether it's saying the wrong thing, getting our facts wrong, or our bad pronunciation of named cities, and etc. We also do not have the correct equipment yet, and we are calling over FaceTime overseas. Therefore, excuse our sound quality, and we hope you enjoyed today's episode. Hello and welcome. This is Alex Taylor.
And this is Cara Moore, and you're listening to Alex and Cara with Gen Z Convo.
Today we'll be discussing our very own weird experiences after we give you a 5-minute rundown of the past week's world news. Take it over, Cara.
Thanks, Alex. So today we start off with New Zealand reporting its first recorded death rate to the Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine. The health ministry said on Monday after a woman suffered a rare heart muscle inflammation side effect. Pfizer takes adverse events that are potentially associated with inflammation associated with our vaccine very seriously, the company has said. The benefits of the vaccination with the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine continue to greatly outweigh the risk of both COVID-19 infection and vaccine side effects, including myocarditis. Pfizer said, after slamming into Louisiana's coast at a Category 4 storm, Hurricane Ida continues to battle the state Sunday night, cutting power to New Orleans and endangering millions of people with howling winds and a storm surge that practically reversed the flow of the Mississippi River. On August 29, several children were killed in a U.S. drone attack that destroyed a car laden with explosives near the international report Afghanistan capital Kabul, according to witnesses. Witnesses told Al Jazeera at least 3 children were among 6 civilians who died in Sunday's attack, while some media reports say 9 members of one family, including 6 children, were among the dead. In contrast to earlier phases of the pandemic, the absentee hospitals are now treating COVID-19 patients in their 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s, according to Bloomberg. We're seeing clusters of families being admitted, and we had a father and an adult daughter admitted to the intensive care unit, and he passed away right before I had to put the daughter on life support, he said. Around Metro Portland, 2/3 of all residents are fully vaccinated, but rural countries aren't even close to that. Many have vaccinations rates less than 50% or even 40%. Jackson County in Southern California is home to the largest number of unvaccinated individuals in the state. That's pushing the local hospitals to the limit. The Palm Springs Fire Department says that lanes of the I-10 are now open after being closed due to a methane gas leak, which has been mitigated. CHP issued a single alert around 5 p.m. for both east and westbound lanes on the highway to the gas leak and near an area near Garnet Avenue and Indian Cannon Drive. Lewis Hamilton criticized the decision to complete the 2 laps of the Belgian GP behind the safety car before finally calling the race off, claiming monkey talk and saying that he wanted to see the fans who attended the circuit on Sunday to be refunded immediately. According to the NBC News, a 20-year-old student is waiting for news from families home to leave the country. Being a lesbian, she is afraid that she will be targeted by the Taliban government. Quoted from the article, she said, "They will kill us without sympathy." Farazaz is a 25-year-old gay man who said he fears for himself and his 3 sons. He fears that he and his family will be kidnapped and killed if they remain in Afghanistan. The Taliban is in search of the gatekeeper. They are going from street to street, he said, pleading the U.S. State Department to evacuate him and his family as soon as possible.
Thank you, Cara. That's it for today's news. And we will be talking about our weird experiences today. So first we're going to talk about the flood instance, which will definitely show our character, and I think will give you a deeper view into us.
Well, yeah, but the most embarrassing is this is just one of the most memorable things that has happened. Because there are still a lot that there's a lot of stuff that happens to us. We're not we're very clumsy and a lot of stuff happens, but this is still one of the most memorable things that has happened to us. It also shows what kind of hobbies we like to do.
Yes, and also this will be a complete change to the last 2 weeks. topics, which was pretty serious and
a little bit more heavy-handed.
Yeah.
I would say.
Okay. So to start off, we love party planning. We party plan.
And biking.
Both. Anyways, we plan parties for our friends, mainly birthday parties.
It's only been birthday parties. And by the way, do we let our parents pay for most of the stuff?
Because we don't have the nerve to ask them.
Yeah, it's for after our friends to pay us back. Because the funny thing is, most people volunteer, so it would feel weird to us that
Ask them.
Which is strange. I'm realizing that now that it's quite strange.
Yeah, we didn't know that then. So.
Even if someone did volunteer to pay, we're like, no!
Yeah. So we were pretty nice people, I would say. And a coward, yes. We would also go on biking trips, just like around the neighborhood, getting like a drink or two, smoothies.
And by a drink, we mean smoothies.
Yeah, I always got the mango smoothie, and she always got the
chocolate protein or peanut butter. I used to get mango as well, but then I like chocolate.
Anyways, so and when we go biking, we normally get yelled at by a driver.
That's just you.
Well, you dropped your helmet in the middle of the road when we were like crossing the road, and you went back to pick it up. Who does that?
What would you expect me to do? Even if there were people passing by, they already stopped for me to like not crash it again. Might as well come back and get it.
Oh God. And we always almost get run over. You almost got run over by a bus.
Yeah, that was in 11. I was on our way to a friend's house to go biking with them, and the roads were weird, and this bus was behind me, and they were yelling. Not very nicely.
You got yelled at too.
Yeah, but mine made more sense than yours. You were
liar.
I had a better reason because I literally had no space to move, and I was being chased by 3 buses. You just couldn't use your eyes to see what was like around the corner.
Oh my God. Well, that's it for that. Anyways, we went to check out the venue of the party, which
by the way,
yeah.
The only reason we had to do that was because the venue was super flaky with us, because I don't really trusted people our age, as they would say, to actually make a correct reservation. So we had to physically go there and talk to them. And this was really spontaneous as well.
Yes. And we just kept stopping every few minutes to check Google Maps because my Siri wasn't working. So annoying. So annoying.
Basically, the universe agreed within itself that they were just gonna mess our day up.
And they're gonna teach us a lesson and not plan any more parties. We didn't. It worked. It worked.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we were biking and we went into the main road, highway. It was so busy. Everyone was going really fast. I don't think we were supposed to be there.
Remember that street right before we got onto the traffic light? It was super weird because it had 2 lanes, so one of the lanes was completely flooded, so we had to take the mini road, and there were a lot of motorbikes going that way as well. So we were and it was at that point we were we should turn around.
But we didn't.
And Alex to come on, we're almost there. Let's just do it.
By the way, I'm the sensible one. Cars.
I have a family that is very spontaneous.
Well, I'm always on time. She's not.
I am not everyone else is just early.
No, you're always late.
I'm never late.
When we
everyone else is just early.
So everyone else comes exactly at 2 p.m. That's when we're supposed to meet. She comes at 2:30. No, 3. After, mind you, she goes to shower, and eat, and take a mini nap. I mean, You're supposed to do all of that before the time.
Yeah, I was late to one of my school functions as well. The whole we almost missed our flight. I completely forgot.
Oh, she was really late.
Oh my god, it was happening. We had to meet at 4 in the morning. I was like, no. My parents wanted to meet at 5 instead. It was like an hour late. We were meant to be at school at 4. Jesus. And then we almost missed our flight, but we didn't.
That was fine. Anyways,
Back to the story.
back to the story. And we were on the highway, not the highway, we were at the street cross thing, because it was at that point, like, it kind of started flooding and it kind of started raining. And it started raining heavily, so we took shelter in this random person's house. Sorry. It was outside, we didn't go in.
Outside their door.
And we tried to call a cab. My phone was on 1%, but thank God I got to call the cab. And I sent Kara's phone number to the driver.
Very safe.
Yes. So, because my phone would run out of battery.
Well, yeah, it did run.
It did.
And my phone wasn't able to call anyone because my service wasn't working.
So it always had to be them who called her.
And the guy, we also tried to order, and we told him beforehand that, by the way, we have two extra bites that you need to put on your car. And he's like, oh yeah, that's fine. And then by the time he got there, he realized that it wasn't fine.
Yes. It didn't fit. So, me and
half a bite.
Yeah, me and Kara sat on the front seat together, and we were like halfway on top of each other.
This is why our friendship is so close, because we didn't even care, because we do it all the time.
Yeah, it was fine. No, that wasn't the troubling part.
No, we genuinely thought that we were good. We're on our way back home. It's fine. You're gonna make it to your concert.
Because I had a concert to go to, and I had to be home by 6, I think. So I was fine. It was fine.
Right.
Everything was okay. And then we were 5 minutes away by car from our home or apartment. We live on top of each other, by the way. 23rd, 17.
23, 17.
I said 23rd.
23rd. Okay, never mind. Just keep going.
Okay, whatever. Kara, the annoying thing about her is she corrects everyone's grammar when she doesn't need to.
Shut up. It was basically written into me.
The most annoying person ever to exist on the earth.
Just keep going. You tell us from your perspective then.
Fine, I'll go. But during this time, I was wearing white, brand new Converses, because it was really a spur of the moment kind of decision to check out the venue. We didn't know it was that far, obviously, and we were near our home, and there was a crossroad. We could either go right and take a longer path, but it was more safe, and there was a lessened chance of getting stuck in the flood. And then there was the quicker path, which
would obviously, there were already a lot of cars that were already stuck in the flood, so obviously you wouldn't want to go that way unless you were, desperate. But we weren't, because there was another way. Yeah,
and the cars there were really big as well, so much bigger than ours, and those cars were stuck there. So we really urged the driver to go right and take the safer path. I mean, you did. I couldn't speak the language, so
Get me home.
I just needed to go home. And by that point, I think I was already a few minutes late. So it was a few minutes past 6. I was already late. I was never late, so.
Yeah, she was getting stressed out. And so we at this point, we're not panicking, because, we're just you know what, the driver's just gonna turn right. We'll get there a couple minutes late. Her parents are gonna yell at her.
But that's fine. That's normal.
Yeah, you know what, that was quite normal for us. Usually because of me, we were always late. So they were kind of used to it at this point. But then the driver goes, you know what? No, I'm just gonna go straight as fast as I can. And we're like, no. Like, don't do that. But then he didn't listen to us for some.
He didn't listen to you. I didn't do anything. I didn't say anything.
Okay, fine. But by the way, we're not blaming the driver here. We're just telling the story from our perspective, and we do realize that this was a really hard night for him, and you'll see why. So the driver just head forwards and just goes. So, and then we're halfway there. We're like, you know what? Maybe we'll be able to make it. Maybe by some miracle, this car is better than all of the other ones, and we'll be okay. And that was like a very slim chance. And then obviously the car breaks down in the middle of the road.
And smoke starts fuming out of the engine. The rain stopped, but like there was lightning and thunder, and the gasoline was like leaking out of the car. And I think the moment that I realized the car stopped, because I thought they stopped on purpose for a second, but I realized, no, there's a flood. No, we're stopped. Was when the water started coming in through the door and into my brand new white Converses.
What a tragedy, Alex. Your brand new Converse.
By the way, they're now beige.
It's a good reminder of that night house.
Well,
but it was already dirty before because it was already slightly flooding whilst we were biking. We had to stuff our foot down on it. It was already kind of flooding.
Well, now it's soaking wet, and my socks are wet. I think we threw away the socks.
Okay, so, and then so then obviously at this point, we're like, crap, we have to just get out of the car and call for help.
But I didn't get out.
Then Alex here starts throwing a tantrum.
Well, I don't want to touch the water. I've seen people pee in the street.
That wasn't the biggest problem at the moment.
I have a fear of, like, I don't know. I think I have a weird phobia of, like, just dirty water, contaminated water, anything dirty, infections. So, I don't ever drink out of a water fountain. So even when I forget my water bottle, I just don't drink at all through the whole day, and that's fine.
You don't even drink from mine. You rarely drink from my bottle as well.
No, not really.
I drink from yours sometimes just to piss you off.
Yeah. Well, I don't mind people drinking from mine. I just don't want to drink from other people's.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like that as well, but sometimes it's me too. Yeah, and then, so we're trying to, and she's, by the way, she's like literally screaming and crying at this point.
I didn't want to,
help, and
I just wanted people to, like, get on a boat, come to the car, get me on that boat, get me out.
You don't realize how absolutely prissy you sound?
I do sound very, like, snobby. Terrible.
They were in the middle of the freaking street, Alex. They can't just get a boat and come get you. We're in the middle of a street.
Well,
with concrete.
I needed someone to carry me out then.
I managed to push her in, and then she, like, cried.
I cried even more. It didn't help. And I think I ran onto a bench and just stood there.
Yes, you felt it. The mental image that I have is so good. You're like in shorts and the water comes up to just above your knee. You're holding your bag above your head, and you're like, you know how people, I call it the penguin. You were like penguin running. Like, you know how you're at the beach and you're trying to run through waves? That was you. But like you were like going like all tiny, and you were running, you bumped into a bench, and you were like crying, and everyone is just staring at you.
I didn't care at that point. I just needed to go home. And I started calling my parents on car sound because my phone ran out of battery, and I think my purse broke at that point. So, like, everything was going sour for me. And I called my parents, my mom, my dad was fine with it. So, like, he was like, do you want me to pick you up or something? And my mom was just yelling at me. I was like, I almost died, Mom. I might still die. I'm, like, in the middle of a flood during lightning, mid-lightning, and thunder. Oh, God.
And I was like, and this, like, I feel so bad for the driver. In that moment, I will be completely honest. In that moment, I felt a tiny bit annoyed with him, but then afterwards, when everything's kind of calmed down and the shock has kind of left, I felt really bad for him because his car didn't have insurance, and the company, obviously, But this time, all around the country, they had to deal with this a lot.
Yeah.
So he prioritized for his car. Well, neither was every other one. But I did feel really, really bad for him. But he kept coming back to his car. He's like busting up the engine. And I'm like, okay, this dude doesn't know what he's doing. But I didn't either. But then he was there, and the lightning was coming closer. There's more gas leak, so I just had to get him out. It didn't take him a good 2 minutes, before I had to physically drag him out.
She was like the diplomat here. She was like helping everyone. She was being like the good Samaritan who's just amazing. And I was just freaking out over like the dirty water, not like the car or the gas leak, but but the water.
But I will be honest, Alex, this is like the first time you experienced anything kind of like this. Mm-hmm. So it wouldn't have blamed you for your reaction. But in the moment, I was kind of just like, I literally wanted to yell at you, be like, just like, grow up for a second.
Well,
just be quiet.
I've never lived in a developing country. Like, I've always lived in like a pretty developed country, you know, where you don't get floods like this every single year.
And it wasn't rain flood. It was literally like
river flood. Sewer flood. Yeah. So I knew the water was dirty, and I was just scared of the water. It was like I honestly like water. I like beaches. I like everything water, but dirty water is not my thing.
Yeah, it's really and also we only had one phone available, and we had to call a million people. I had to call an insurance company that my dad told me about.
And her dad was like half an hour away.
Yeah, he was on his way home from work. He was also like, why are you in the middle of the road? Like, what have you been doing out this late? I was like, it's a long story.
Well, I did manage to get to the concert though, and I really do hope the guy's okay. I do
think so. I don't think we paid enough for his insurance at all, but it was okay to get him home, I think.
Well, okay, so another story. We do a lot of embarrassing things. We both do this thing where after we watch like a TV show, for me personally, I start mimicking their accents. Like I add their accent to my accent, so it sounds weird. And Kara right here, she does something else. You wanna say?
Shut up! No.
She starts kind of adding like specks of their personality, like the character's personality, into hers. I mean, it's really subtle, but you can see it.
Like not pronunciation, but like
sometimes like words, little actions. Yeah, that's it. I can see everything. Because we used to share a Netflix account, so.
So you would know that I was watching, like if I show you certain.
In turn, I knew that she was mimicking who.
You always did. Like sometimes the weird thing is, sometimes when you would like after watching something, I could kind of see you were how do I say this? You were kind of you would like have a weird accent and mix with your accent. I was like, that's weird. And then I can't talk. Like I could notice that you had like weird accent, but I didn't know from where because we didn't watch the same TV shows. But sometimes it would be like pretty obvious.
Yeah. Like after watching Downton Abbey, I'd be like, oh hello. Just so oh god. I'm never watching that again. I love Downton Abbey.
Yeah, I was gonna watch it, and then I only had like the big screen TV, and then I saw the age, and my sister was sitting next to me, so I was like, not today. The new season of this came out, and I'm really excited to watch that.
Don't watch it in front of your sister.
I won't watch it with my sister, no, because it is very
adulthood.
But he's a British devil. Come on.
So cool. Yeah. I am a klutz, a big klutz. I literally like bump into everything. I think my mom yelled at me for that a few times now.
Yeah, mine too. So.
I bump into like the surface of the table and not like the leg, which is so weird.
The amount of bruises you have just randomly when you wake up is so funny.
It is.
It looks like quite embarrassing for you.
Oh, this shoe incident where I had this like really big shoes. They were like too big for me. It didn't fit me properly. I wore them to school, and we had the staircase, and it was right after like form time, and we were coming out of our classroom, going to class, and everyone was going the same way. And then my shoe came off, and there was like a big stampede, and I was like just trying to get my shoe back. And
it fell in the net.
It fell in the net. I had to get it. By the way, Kara right here, who was so mean, just left me alone, didn't even wait for me.
I was being pushed away by the stampede.
I'm holding a grudge against that. I will leave you something.
Like, oh my god, remember turtle mode?
No. So her dad has a boat. No, but her dad does. And then we were on it, and we were just on the boat.
And he could barely steer.
Yeah, because of the leaves, and we just like put our arms in the life jacket and just wrapped
we bumped into, to explain to them, we bumped into this like bush, like this water bush, and then we kept going forward because the current was going that way. So, and there were like sharp edges everywhere. So we decided to go turtle mode. So we pushed our two hands into the life jacket and then pushed it up so it was over our head. So we were in a crouching position with the jacket over our head. I don't know how much it physically did to protect us, but it was like it wasn't cool
good.
either.
No, it wasn't. We're not cool. We don't. Okay, that sounds really weird. Okay. We sound like, oh, we're not like the other girls.
But we're like not, but in not a cool, unique way, which is weird.
Yeah, embarrassing. I honestly wish I could be any other person at this point. The amount of embarrassing things. Okay, whatever. Anyways, like, I think my history teacher thinks I actually kind of did a pull-up. He said it as a joke, but I think I like just ducked down under the camera and pretended to do it. Not the best. Don't do that.
So embarrassing. I haven't had a lot of embarrassing things that has happened to me during school yet, I don't think. And I think we're all going online school right now as well, so.
Really? Oh, in reading class, this is what during physical school. So we were actually at school.
You can't do that.
And in English, we were reading this book, and the word penny was there, like a penny, and she said the other word.
You can't even say it.
I can't. A body part. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. A body part that starts with a P. Oh God, I didn't know until like it was over, I think, because I didn't pay attention to you at all. I was just focused on myself at that point.
You were literally on the other side of the class, so I didn't expect you to. So embarrassing. But the guy next to me was really nice about it.
The teacher was like, just move on.
No, but even the teacher was laughing, and she never laughed. She was going like, oh yeah, don't, she was always one of those people that would say, oh yeah, don't laugh at that. But she was like, oh, they came up after. They couldn't bring it like
Yeah, and she's like, just move on. But you did hold your head high after that.
Like, okay, I made a mistake, whatever. It was pennies, but then like, even one of our other classmates, was like, she paused at the word when it was for trying to read, she like, and the teacher said pennies. Honestly though, it looks so much like the word except it didn't.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're running out of time, so I think this is the end of our segment today. It was so fun filming this because we got to reminisce about our old embarrassing times. But it was sometimes fun. The shoe one was not fun.
Yeah, we hope you enjoyed today's episode and to get to know a little bit more about us. And I guess this is the episode when you either decide to stay or go, depending on how weird we are.
Yeah. Okay. Always yours, Alex and Kara.
Bye.
Bye.